Wait, hold up. Hold up. There we go. Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate it. We're gonna be reading satellites stories. Satellite submitted stories, and we have a story. We have two stories right now to read. Well, the other one is a more of like a question, more of like pick your own adventure story that Chaos made, and the other one is made by Man with the Beard. Hello there, Ponon. Hello there, Admiral. Hello there, Cyrus. Hello there, Chaos, Mr. Cat, and Wilford. Thank you so much for tuning in today's stream. I'm gonna go with Chaos first because they submitted it on Steam. Let me just zoom in here. We can everybody can see. All right. Alien creatures have invaded the world, and monsters of all sizes have plunged human civilization into chaos. The militaries of many countries have been forced to use nuclear weapons. Although large monsters have been wiped out by nuclear weapons, small monsters are still roaming around in every corner of the city and the countryside. Wantonly, okay, appropriate use of wantonly, okay, spreading fear and death. Your hometown has fallen. If you want to survive, you must go to a safe area in the north, announced by the government forces. However, the distance is a bit far, and all the vehicles are paralyzed due to electromagnetic pulse of the nuclear explosion. So you have to move on afoot. Alright, Man with a Beard! Thank you! Thank you so much for arriving! You've come! I know. Okay. Oh no, that's... Okay. Come on. On your way home, you accidentally rescue 9 other strangers who are trapped in a truck. So you guys form a 10-person survival team. Oh, a 10-person survival team? That is not a good idea. I wouldn't dare pick up 9 other strangers if it was me. Whose story is this? This story is from Chaos. It's more of a pick your own adventure. So we're gonna have to read this out. So on your way alone, okay, wait. On your way alone, you accidentally rescue 9 other strangers who are trapped in a truck. So you guys are from a 10-person survival team. Unfortunately, after only 3 days, one of the members was accidentally injured and incapacitated. Yeah, this is why I wouldn't take 10 people with me or 9 people with me on the journey. Because if one of us becomes vulnerable in such a large group, everyone is gonna have to accommodate for them. Which is a terrible idea for a survival ever. Don't stick with big groups. Don't ever stick with big groups. Also, you have more likely to have betrayals, rivalries, and all that stuff. So it's much better if you keep it in a condensed amount of number. Well, that's just me though, as a survivor. This member is of the type with a low of survivability. They were almost eaten by monsters many times because of their slowness and clumsiness. They were always needing other strong members to take risk to save them. Although they are poor in survivability, they have a very gentle and kind personality. They often do small favors for other people in every way, and is responsible for doing chores, and sometimes listen patiently to other people's complaints and worries. Because of their injury, they cannot resume walking in such a period of time, so the team is at an impasse. The current position of the team is full of dangers not suitable for camping. Hello there, Univer! Thank you so much for tuning in today! And if you want to continue to take them, then you have to spare some of the limited combat power to take turns pulling them her. Which will not only increase the risk of the team, therefore 4 members advocate that everybody should leave them behind to ensure the smooth survival of the whole team. Let's not only fail to save them, but also take the lives of more people. However, the 4 other members think that everybody should not abandon them so cruelly. The 2 parties have a strong conflict of opinion, but the votes are equal. Finally, they look at you. Your crucial last vote will determine the outcome of both parties. So basically, to get the gist of this story, basically somebody got injured in the team. Yeah, somebody got injured. All right. Hold on. Yeah, somebody got injured. And the story is saying that they're not exactly helpful in survival. So, yeah, they're not exactly helpful in survival and all of that. And a lot of the members, 4 members, were saying that we should leave them behind. And it's actually, I think, you would say that there's an obvious answer to this. Like, obviously, the most human answer is like to still like take them around, but there's also like the survival answer where you leave them behind. The thing is, again, it's an injury. It doesn't like say anything here that it's fatal. Like, although it will slow the team down, and it might like take turns, make people take turns. There's also not a lot of information on what the other team is also capable of, like what the other team members are capable of. Like, yes, we could like have a few more people in the combat, but we also don't know exactly what the skills that we have here. We don't know their skill sets. There's no indication here. It's literally a hypothetical question. So even if you were to choose A or B, like leave them behind or keep them in the group, there is really no right or wrong answer because it's not really complete. There's no complete information. If there's like more complete information to the story, then maybe, yeah, I would honestly decide. But given the circumstances, it does feel like it isn't really much of like a big injury, so I'm gonna keep them in the group. Because if we leave someone behind, it also like gives the impression that, you know, there is room for betrayal in such a big group. As much as possible, you don't want to incite such betrayal. You don't want to like put yourself in such a tight position where people would think that, you know, you would betray them and leave them behind. Because although it's like split, there is also like that guilty conscience. Like the 4 have voted that there's definitely like, oh yeah, yeah, this is like, nah, like, yeah, we're gonna leave this person behind, but it will never fade in their consciousness that they did leave a person behind. And if they get injured, there is also a possibility of them getting left behind. So yeah, that's already like a you done goof decision on their part. So yeah, I would definitely pick A, do not leave them behind. Because again, it's there's no specificity when it comes to their injury. So I'm guessing it's like a minimal injury. It's just something that slows the team down, but not exactly. So thank you for the submission, Chaos. I hope you like my answer. I hope it satisfies you. And what about everybody else? Would you leave them behind? Would you leave, or would you keep them around? That is a question that I want to know from chat. Would you leave them or keep them? Because they're primarily useless, but they have a good personality. Would you leave them? Would you leave them or keep them? Because for me, I wouldn't. Because again, the story is already not that it's already not that specific. So there is still room for imagination and everything. Leave them, keep them. Yeah, you guys can't see the end. But the choices is literally on the poll. So I'm gonna let you guys decide. Also, by the way, if you want to submit your story right now, It's literally on the top. You can submit your story now and I'll be able to read it live right now. Humanity for the win. I invest. I won't leave such a useless behind. You never know if their ability could be useful. That is true. You just may never know. For all we know, you just haven't found a specific task to give them. Humanity for the win. I invest. Sadly, I have a heart. I would keep them. How are you? Hello there, Lord Peace. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate it. I am doing very, very well. Thank you so much for asking. I hope you are as well. I hope you're doing cool. I hope you have already ate breakfast, ate lunch, or dinner. And if you did, what was your meal today? Mine's not finished. It's alright. That's fine. I'm good. Leaving a man behind would damage morale. Exactly. That's what I say. This isn't really like... Again, this is a very, very big group. And you really need a huge amount of like morale to keep them good, you know? You really need a good morale. And if you can't keep morale, then boy. Also, if like the 4 people decide to like leave, that would also be great. But hypothetically speaking, we don't know the story. So we're gonna have to like do what we can here. Are you guys done voting? Okay, a lot of you are done voting now, so I'm gonna check. So a lot of you have said keep them. And that is like, yeah. My answer is A, keep them. I would keep them. Like again, there's no right or wrong answer. Like there is benefit to both. But it's just that it isn't really smart to damage morale this early just because somebody got an injury. Miki, the total word count for mine is 3,000. So if it's too much, there's no problem. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with 3,000 words. Honestly speaking, it depends on their attitude and if they're willing to help out. They seem to be willing to help out. They are willing to help out because it says here they do chores. They do their favors. So it doesn't really make sense to like abandon them out of nowhere. There's nothing wrong or right, just the ending. That is true. There's nothing wrong. There's no wrong or right answers here. So thank you for answering, chat. So a lot of you said keep them. Yeah, they might also accidentally cause trouble in the future. What if it's the opposite and they're a jerk and they have vital skills none of the other members have? I would kick them out. Like, not gonna lie. They're an asshole. There's no way that cooperation will actually work if there's an asshole in the group. I mean, they can still survive out there, so I'd rather kick them out. So yeah, that's my answer to that. If it's like the opposite, like the person is an asshole, but you keep them around for the skill. Like, no. Who knows? Like, there's also other skilled people in the group. Skilled people in the group. All right. Next, we have Revolution by Man with the Beard. You did say you want constructive criticism, so I'll be doing just that. So here we go. Run, Jason! You're too young to die with us. The father spoke in a desperate tone as the 2 armed men pointed their rifles at him and his wife. Jason's mind was overwhelmed with shock and fear. Without wasting any time, the 15-year-old sprinted towards the doorway, leaving his parents behind. Alright, so I'm gonna be like critiquing this per paragraph. So I already spotted one here. This is like telling rather than showing to me. So again, I'm not gonna be fixing anyone's grammar here and all that. If I do like see a very blatant grammar mistakes, then I will fix it, but not entirely to the point that I'm gonna be a proofreader or grammar or something like that. So take Kova, and pro builder without experience. We're running. We are. Let's continue. Wow, you sure raised a coward, Mr. Edward. One of the armed men spoke with a smirk on his face. I don't really think a coward like that will become a problem in the future. All the father could do was lower his head and stay silent. After we're done with Edward, maybe we can help ourselves to a reward. The other armed man spoke, eyeing the wife. Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is already like Oh man, I'm scared. I'm scared, chat. I'm scared for the wife. All right, good job. Good. I would say. Let's comment here. Good job. Good job setting the tension here. Good job setting the tension here. I like it. Like, I like how it's direct to the point. It is direct to the point. A lot of people usually take their time to increase the tension, and this one is like immediate. So thank you. I appreciate that. You bet. The father said, fuming with anger. Again, avoid this one. Avoid telling. Avoid telling. He rushed towards the man as to try and disarm him, but halfway there a gunshot echoed in the apartment, passing through Edward's head, splattering what's left over of his brain on his wife. I love this. Keep this. This is wonderful. I like this sentence. This is beautiful. I love it. Keep that. A loud thump could be heard as Edward collapsed. All right. So we're guessing Edward is like the father. Edward is the father. It might be nice if established already. Edward is the father. Use it already. There we go. There we go. That's nice. That's actually nice. Hold on. I froze. I never realized how embarrassing getting my novel read would be. Don't worry, this is only fun. Like, this is really fun for me to read. Don't feel embarrassed. Chat, don't judge. Come on. We all have been there. So, whoever made the story, nicely, nice. Yeah, exactly. The tension is already there, which is pretty great. Love that. Let's continue. Jason glanced back at the, okay. Jason glanced back at the apartment's doorway, and as fear enveloped every part of him, he heard his footsteps on the staircase. There were no other people on the staircase. Okay, be careful of this. Be careful of this. Redundancy. Be careful of redundancy. Staircase. All right. And as when the armed men came, everyone stayed in their apartments, afraid to get in their way. All right. Okay, I think this could be a more... this could be more of a... You can make this more powerful. I think you can polish this more. Since you already set up like a very intense scene here, above here. But it's slowly like it's a little bit like calming down here in this sentence. So I'm gonna say polish this more. You could probably write way better than my Google translated story. Mine is unreadable. Now that's fine, chat. That's fine. Everybody has like different styles in writing. So it's honestly okay if you think that someone else might be better or your story is unreadable. You just may never know. A lot of people have different writing styles, and this is one of them. This really isn't my fault, is it? What am I supposed to do against armed men? Fight to death? That's just suicidal, Jason thought, although his tears betrayed him as they flowed like rivers from his eyes. Okay. Good job. Good job on this one. Good sentence, but it can also be improved. Hold on. This can also be improved. This is like a very good like description. I like this. Flowed like rivers from his eyes. Really, really nice. Beautiful. Good job on that. But it can also be improved if you want to like make it more of an impact. But overall, I like this sentence already. This is pretty great. Good job, Beard. Good job. Why am I such a coward? He scolded himself. Every single time whenever I'm scared, I run away. Not a single time in my life have I tried to stand my ground. His pained expression grew as the thoughts rushed through his mind. His eyes continued to water and he slammed his fist against the wall on the left him. I don't think you need to describe this one. You can cross this out. Hold on. Yeah, you can remove this already. I think it's pretty much understood that against the wall. We know it's against the wall. Will you be doing a follow-up to this rather interesting episode if the writers update their stories? I think it would be nice and heartwarming to see an improvement. Of course I will. I would love to. I would really love to. Hold on, let me just remove this. All right. I think it's already understood that the wall. You guys can judge through though, be brutally honest. Go ahead, chat. They gave permission. Beer gave permission, but make sure that it is actually helpful. Don't be mean on purpose, please. A lot of us did not start out as great or perfect writers, so come on. He finally reaches the exit to the apartment complex and walks towards it in a slouched posture, stumbling from left to right. His mind is in a haze and is confused. Again, be wary of this. Be wary of this. This is also telling. Ever since the world united into one nation, life has gotten harder and harder for the family. What am I supposed to do now? All right. This is exposition. Forced exposition to me. This action story is savage. Anything I could write. Kudos to you, Beard. Kudos to Beard for like having the courage to show their written works to me and to everybody in the chat. So good job to you, Beard. Kudos. But again, watch out for this one. Please do not tell the audience immediately. Like, don't force exposition. Do other ways to show exposition of the world. Like, have Jason, like, have the narrator describe, like, how the city has already fallen apart. All of the stuff that's happening in the background. You can do that. It can also increase your word count, which is pretty great. Okay. Knowing that his future is uncertain, he was unsteady and shaken up as he walked the dirty streets filled with beggars and unstable shops crafted from wooden planks. Okay, this is wonderful. Good job on this one. Good job. Good job describing this one. I just posted an old story from 2016 on Steam. Don't know if that counts as a story or just an introduction. Oh, I froze? Okay, sorry. Okay, I'll look at it. I'll look at it right now. His black hoodie covered his head and he dug his hands into the pocket of his pants. Tears flowing from his eyes. So many tears, honey. So many tears. And he pulled his hoodie over his dark brown eyes so that his tears aren't seen. As he walked the bustling city streets with nowhere to go, he found himself in a quiet, abandoned, dark alley. The air was still and stale, but nothing but grief on his mind. He couldn't notice a possibility of danger. Okay. I have seen the satellites muster the courage to summit here, inspires more people to join. Yeah, exactly. Don't worry. You can see this. You can see the way that I comment on stories. I hope it isn't harsh. I'm not really like, I don't think I'm being harsh. I think I'm like pointing out like usually the technical stuff. And also, I love complimenting as well. So I do tell you when this one is a good job and when this one needs more improvement. So never feel like I'm gonna be burning your stories alive. Don't worry. Don't feel that way. Yeah, chat will be filled with writers. That is true. I have jumped the ley line and posted. Thank you, Bishop. I wanted to rewrite this whole story anyway. When I first wrote it, I was 14. The story I had planned was just kind of goofy and it didn't make sense. Yeah, I could tell that there's more potential that can be brought out here. So don't give up on this story just yet. Hello there, heirlooms. Heirlooms. Adashi! Let's continue. He leaned his back against the moist wall of the alley. Next to him was a pile of garbage. There we go. As his back slid down the wall, he sat down on the dirty ground. He held his legs in his hands and didn't even try to resist the urge to cry. I miss you, Papa, Mama, he said out loud as his voice turned hoarse and he started breaking down. I miss you, Papa? Seriously? A gruff voice was heard by Jason. As he looked up to see who was talking, in front of him, he saw a tall and lanky man with a mischievous smile holding a knife to his head. Jason flinched, and he saw his hair get cut off by the knife. His eyes widened in fear and realized that the knife was holding was razor sharp. I think it's understood. It's already understood that the knife is razor sharp. Already understood here. This is already understood. Alright. Hello there! And then we have Adrenaline Rush. Is this a name of the novel? Is this a name? Jason screamed in horror and panic as his feet push against the ground and sprint into the opposite direction of his enemy. Hello there, James. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate it. What's so scary? The man said as his smile widened and he looked off. Oh my god! Oh, whoa! Hold on, I just needed to go. Oh, whoa! Oh. I just needed to comment. Oh, whoa. A little blood is always exciting, don't you think? Oh, whoa. As Jason tried to escape from the man, he hit something hard. His eyes made out what seems to be a 2.1 meter tall man. A giant compared to Jason's 1.75 meters of height. Okay, alright. This seems a little bit goofy. A little goofy. Might want to change it. You could say that looming. You can use this man is zooming over him or towering over him. Hold on, let me either use looming or towering. There we go. That will be much better than comparing straight up the numbers of their height. It feels a little bit goofy to me, but it's alright. Dang, I didn't know the story was titled Adrenaline Rush. Towering is good. The name is Revolution. The Adrenaline Rush is like when Jason is in danger. Good job. I like the title. Dang, I didn't know the story was titled. Yeah. Towering is good. Good thing you know. Looming is usually used to present a more mysterious vibe. Towering is more of like a threatening vibe, because to me, the 2-meter tall man feels mysterious more to me. So that's why I would use looming. But if you really want him to be threatening, so towering. I got him, boss, the giant said in a booming voice. Good job, Ragnar! I'll let you sell his kidneys and keep the profit. The tall, lanky man responded with a cheerful smile. I think there are better ways for you to separate them apart. You could say gigantic. Since there's already a giant, gigantic and tall isn't really the same. So you can use that to separate one another. Let me go! What the hell is wrong with you, psychopath? Jason screamed as his desperation was getting more and more severe by the second. I can't die now! Well, you see, this is our territory. The Red Dragons. And we make our money by selling the organs of naive idiots like you. We can't just let you go. Sorry, the boss said, putting on a sawed face, but smiling mischievously at the end. He approaches the struggling Jason slowly, making sure to torment him at every given opportunity. I love this. I love this sentence. I love this sentence a whole lot. I love the sentence. Thank you. I put this scene in ChatGPT before, and ChatGPT was like, this scene is so over the top and exaggerated. Yeah, this is like a really insane anime to me. But it's alright. There's more ways to improve this. Don't worry. Nothing is better than the face of pure horror. It's always euphoric, don't you think so, Ragnar? Yes, sir. Ragnar holds Jason down on the ground, immobilizing him. Rather than saying holds Jason down, you could say pinned him. Pinned him down. It brings more of a punch rather than hold, but that's just me. Pinned. There we go. Now let me have some The lanky man is interrupted by a leaping hook to the back of the head. His body tenses up and slams headfirst into the ground. with the front of his face smashing against the ground, leaving a tooth on the ground. So many redundancies. Be careful of that. Again, there's more redundancies here. Be careful of it. There's more ground, floor. A lot of that. Be careful of that. Yeah, it is like a Tokyo Ghoul kind of like vibe, but it is alright. It's fine. I was thinking of writing my journey to the center of Europa into the story. Sure, do it! Do it, Admiral. It's really, really good. I would love Barotrauma fanfictions. So, like, that would be interesting to have. It would be nice if I get to see it. So, feel free. As a mysterious attacker changes target, Ragnar pushes, hold on, can you guys see it? Alright. As a mysterious attacker changes target, Ragnar pushes away from Jason on the ground, but before he could do anything, the attacker gains momentum by sprinting towards him and launches a painful kick from downwards to crotch of Ragnar. As Ragnar clutches his manhood in agony, the attacker grabs the back of his head and smashes it against his knee. Ragnar collapses to the ground with a loud thump. Okay. I have to say, this is really difficult to get through. This fight scene is difficult to get through because there's so many things that you're trying to describe here, and there's not enough like rhythm to get this. This scene is a lot to go through. There's not enough punch into it. Use rhythm. Use rhythm while writing this. Like, there's just so much description that it could honestly be chopped down into really quick sentences. And with much more powerful adjectives and verbs would definitely say this. I never really proofread this, so I'm cringing at the redundancies. It's alright. That sounds kind of painful. What do you mean by rhythm? Okay, so let me show you what exactly is wrong here. So, if I read this out loud, as a mysterious attacker changes target, Ragnar pushes away from Jason's body on the ground before he could do anything. Again, you could keep this like cut it off. Like, there's no need to add like a comma here, and there's no need for before he could do anything. Yeah, see? Like, if you like get rid of before he could do anything, for example. For example only. As a mysterious attacker changes target, Ragnar pushes away from Jason's body on the ground. The attacker gains momentum by sprinting towards him. There's just so much description, like gains momentum by sprinting. This one, by sprinting. This one, by. There's so much by. Launches a painful kick. Just go straight up and describe painful kick. Like, straight up this, say painful kick. And then remove downwards. Hold on, let's just rewrite this. So we can, no. The description, I said it's a lot to go through. I didn't mean like the whole descriptiveness is this. Yeah, I'll rewrite it for you. So here we go. Okay. So let's say I'm gonna try and copy your like style here. Hold on. As a mysterious attacker changes target. Yeah. As a mysterious attacker changes target, Ragnar pushes Jason on the ground. And if you really want to use commas, you could say unable to notice, or unable to respond, or unable to catch. There. Unable to catch the mysterious attacker's momentum. And momentum in attacking. In targeting his crotch. Ragnar is down. Ragnar is down from a painful kick. There we go. On his crown. Yeah, we already know it's in scratch. There we go. This is what I meant by rhythm. As the mysterious attacker changes target, Ragnar pushes Jason on the ground, unable to catch the mysterious attacker's momentum in targeting his crotch. Ragnar is down from a painful kick. All of this down to this kind of rhythm. It's clear, it's easy to get. And you can add this, we can add this here. And then we can use this one. The attacker grabs the back of his knee, smashes it, and Ragnar collapses to the ground with a thumb. The thing about when it comes to like action scenes, a lot of people would say, "Oh, you should describe the scene. You should definitely describe every single like you should describe the scene." But also at the same time, it might lag. You know, this fight scene might lag because when you notice here, pushes isn't really powerful to me. Pushes is not really powerful. And then there's like by sprinting towards him, and then there's like before he could do anything, it slows the action. Like there's definitely more ways for you to make this more vivid. There's definitely more ways for you to make this vivid, Beard. But what I did here is like show the rhythm, like show like how can you make this straightforward and it packs a punch. Like the reader absolutely, like the reader directly understands that, okay, he got hit on the crutch. That's it. But here, I do understand that you were trying to build the vividness, the image. So good job on that. That's at least what I can comment. But if you really want to like make a very packing fight scene, how can you make it more vivid? I really think instead of like mysterious attacker, I would say shadow. I would probably use something more like shadow. Like more of like a shadow. The reason why I would like use shadow here, because they really can't see his face anyway. And it's not like it's already described here, like what kind of like what's the appearance of the mysterious attacker anyway. So might as well as the shadow changes target. Ragnar pushes Jason on the ground with a thud. Here. With a thud. There. He found himself caught off guard. There. If you want to make it more vivid, unable to catch the, let's remove mysterious, the attacker's momentum in targeting his crotch. There we go. Down from a painful kick. Then we could clutch his manhood with agony and rights with a groan. He falls. Okay. Hold on. That's not. Okay. He fell. He lost his balance. There we go. This one is much more better. Oh my god, I keep freezing. I'm taking a lot of notes from Sensei. I hope this is helpful. Here we go. Let's read this again. As a shadow changes target, Ragnar pushes Jason on the ground with a thud. He found himself caught off guard, unable to catch the attacker's momentum and targeting his crotch. Ragnar is down from a painful kick, clutch his manhood with agony and ride. I think right? Yeah, ride with a groan. He lost his balance himself in an apologetic. Apologetic smash. on the knee, and the back of his head. There. Because I don't think like the shadow was already up. So here we go. This is like how I would like make it more vivid. But since this is your style, you can make this more personalized on your own style. But this is how I would write it, at least when it comes to like action scenes. Because I like to keep it with a punch, but also describe it a little bit more that at least makes it a little bit more vivid. There we go. As the shadow changes target, Ragnar pushes Jason on the ground with a thud. He found himself caught off guard, unable to catch the attacker's momentum and targeting his crotch. Ragnar is down from a painful kick, clutched his manhood with agony and writhed with a groan. He lost his balance and found himself in an apologetic smash on the knee on the back of his head. Right. Oh. Apologetic smash of his head from there. Sorry. There we go. Found himself in an apologetic smash on the back of his head. Or a blunt smash. We want to. Found himself with a blunt smash on the back of his head from the shadow's knee. Or, if you don't want shadow that much, attacker's knee. Sorry, but I'll drain your brain cells using my knee. There we go. Yeah. Or you could say his face. Alright. Like saying on the back of his head is really long. So, smash on his face. So if we like choose to say face, with a blunt smash on his face from the attacker's knee. There you go. I hope that's you can always revise this in your style, but this is just the way I would write it. At least I would like revise the sentence. I'm not saying that you should follow this one exactly, but try to adapt it in your own style. There we go. And then see the other Grammarly. Thank you. You're learning a lot, Mr. Cat. Thank you. Thank you for the headpats. Thank you for the headpats. The attacker finishes the attack by stabbing both criminals in their throats. The metallic smell of iron fills the alleyway. Nice. Okay. I love this sentence. Reinforced by the hands of the attacker on his head. Alright. And like a blunt smash from the attacker's knee. Hold on. I mean, this is your story, so you write it how you want it. Reinforced by the hands. There. This is how you would write it, at least. And the attacker spits on the corpses he newly created. Bit metal there? That's a little bit metal. I'm just gonna like italicize all that the things that I found like either cool, metal, or just a little bit like, whoa, buddy. Really, whoa. Filthy pieces of shit, all of you, he said with utter disgust. Are you alright? The attacker asked Jason as he claps. Wow. I feel like... Okay, just gonna do this. Are you alright? The attacker asked Jason as he claps. Jason's... So many Jason, guys! So many Jason! You might be in love with Jason at this point. Again, redundancies. Careful of that. Filthy pieces of long paper, all of you. Dang it, back with old Wi-Fi. Can't watch properly. You were asking what I think of that name? Jason Bourne? Like, okay, like... I just find it so funny. Like, there's so many Jason. So many Jason. Like, I would think the attacker was in love with Jason, but alright. Continue on. Yes. Jason replies with a dazed look on his face and visible confusion. Do not tell me, like, again. Do not tell me he's confused. They are confused. Don't tell the audience. Show it. Show it. Especially you did say you love writing vividly on you did say you love writing vividly for stories. So might as well get it out there. That's right. Hang it on. Be committed to that. I couldn't help but overhear about why you were crying, and then these guys came, so I had to rush over and help you. The attacker stood to the side of Jason and started walking out of the alley and into the streets. We could talk while we walk. The attacker stood at the end of the alleyway, and the afternoon sun shined. It's Google. His features were now clear. He wore a long black trench coat and a black shirt underneath, and baggy black pants. Oh man. All right. I'm just gonna like italicize all of the redundancies at this point. Like, all right, lots of black there, man. Lots of black. That was my thought pattern, Meg. I just wanted to make sure the reader knew where the dialogue is directed to. That's also fine. That's also fine. But it could get a little bit confusing. So there's ways to like there's ways to help that. There's ways for the audience to know who is exactly speaking. So don't worry. I feel like you can slowly get to that. Black. So many. Holy crap. Oh, so many. I think, yeah, from what I've seen already so far, how many pages do we got? We're on page 3. I don't know how to do it properly. It's fine. I do have like a lesson on that, on how to write dialogue. It's in my Stellar Scribblers playlist. So be sure to check that out if you want to. I do have a lesson on dialogue writing. So go ahead and check it out. Am I a mid-writer? I can't say you're a mid-writer or a perfect... There's... You know, even the well-known writers that we know, you can't say that they're mid or good or great, perfect. There's no way to say that. Because after all, like, art is very subjective. Art is very subjective, and writing is also subjective. So, the only thing that I can say is that your writing has flaws. But it doesn't immediately say that you're mid, because I can see that you're really good at setting up the tension here. I really think that you can have the potential to like write a really good action story, since you were able to set it up on like the first on the first chapter here, on the first page here. Like, this is really well written to me. Like, this paragraph really well in setting the attention. So there we go. Oh, you have a Twitch and you display your fan name now? What do you mean fan name? Let's continue. So why should I trust you? Jason asked, with his hesitation and uncertainty in his voice. Again, this is what I've noticed in your writing, Beard. You really love telling the audience, even though there are parts of you that are really good at like vivid writing. There is... What do you mean? Yeah, I do this. I've been displaying the fan name for a while now, chat. I've always been, it's always been displayed like this. Don't worry. Here we go. Let me resume what I've been saying. Like, you're really good at writing some vivid scenes, but the problem is it just needs to be consistent. It's either you write vividly or you write directly to the point. Just don't outright tell like the audience, like, oh my god, he's hesitating, his uncertainty. Show me how uncertain he is. Show me his body movement. Show me how his eyes like dart back and forward. Show me how nervous he is. Yeah, you can still approve upon this. At least now you know where, in which areas, because it would be able to tell, chat. You would be able to tell in your own writing whether you're like showing or telling. So always keep that in mind. Okay. His eyes scan his surroundings, making sure that there's no weapon that could hurt him, and he didn't move from his place. The attacker chuckled with an amused look on his face and put his hands in his pocket. If I wanted to do something sinister to you, I would have done it a long time ago. Jason's mind was still on the edge and was trying to process the events that took place. He slowly started walking towards the attacker. Okay, here's another thing. Here's another thing that I've noticed with your writing. I don't know what Jason is thinking. I don't see the thought process. Like, yes, you could say that third person writing is definitely about describing so many things, but there is different types of like third person writing. I'm not sure if you intended to make the story feel a little bit disconnected from Jason's thought process, but there are times where I just don't understand as a reader what exactly Jason is thinking. Like, it is true. Like, why should I trust you? Like, I do understand, like, he just literally met a stranger, but it would be also nice. It would also be nice if we could get, like, an idea, like, what exactly does Jason cannot trust the attacker about? Because it is true, like, the attacker did point the obvious. Like, if I wanted to do something sinister to you, I would have done it a long time ago. So if you can, like, describe, like, what Jason's thought process is, because, like, yeah, you could say that, he's on the edge, but what is he exactly on the edge about? Like, is he on the edge because the attacker looks like he could kill him too? He looks like he looks so ugly or something? I don't know. Let's let Jason talk. Let Jason speak his mind, but through narrative descriptions. I would really love to know what his thoughts are, because I really don't get it. Like, it's kind of true. Like, even I would know. Like, if he really wanted to, like, attack me, then he would have done so already. My name is Hadrian, and yours? The attacker held out his hand with a smile on his face. Jason responded as he shook. And by the way, question, is third person better than first person? Not really. There's like advantages to both. There's advantages to all POVs, in my opinion. For third person, this is definitely more if you're really a descriptive writer, that's my recommendation. But if you really like to get into the bones of how you want to focus on only on one character and their thought process and how they describe things, and if you really want them to be the center focus, then use first person. But for third person, as a third person writer myself, I prefer to use third person because I just find it easier to describe what happens on the scene, all of the world building that I love to show, and as well as the tiny little bits of information when it comes to like symbolic writing. Yeah, you can immerse more in first person view. And the best thing about first person view is that it is unreliable. Like, it's from one person's perspective. Therefore, they won't notice some things that are happening in the scene. So you would have to think, like, can I trust this character? But with like third person, the advantage of third person writing is that it's more definitely on descriptive, symbolic, or definitely more on heavy narrative stories. That's why you would see a lot of like fantasy writers use third person mostly. But some of them, like you would see in a young adult, a lot of them would use I, because they rather focus on more like what's going on in the person's head, the character's head. Third person is for a person who likes detailed writing. Yeah. Third person on fights is really good as well. But here, we need more. We need more food. We need more meat in what Jason thinks. Because again, you can also describe what Jason is thinking third person. I'll try to show it. I'll try to show it in like my own writing. I'll find it. I'll find an example. I'll try to show it to you guys. But it's just that I really enjoy the storyline here. Me too. I do like the tension here. I do like the action. I'm gonna give Jason my meat. Hey, James, what the frick? Boy! I have the meats. Hey, what the fuck? What do you mean you have the meats? Oh my god, chat, that is very, very sussy of you. Let's continue. They enveloped Jason's hands and were rough and full of gases. Man, there's so many Jasons. He's really in love with Jason, guys. James, and he's a minor. Sassy? Guys, man, he's really in love with Jason. We're good, we're good. Listen, I don't know why if you're new here or not, but what you just dealt here with thieves were belonging to one of the 4 main criminals gangs around here. The Red Dragons is the gang responsible for our eastern province. Alright. Adrian spoke with gruff voice. Small group of groaning thieves. Alright. Jason nodded and was ready to spring up and run any moment with the adrenaline still coursing through his veins. I don't know what happened to you or your parents, but if you need a home to go to, I know just the place. The man said, seemingly reminiscing about his past. Mr. Adrian, please come have a meal. It's on the house. Again, I feel like... Again, there's something missing here. I get it. Like, from a third person perspective, like, yeah, I can see the plot progressing here. But I'm also, like, wondering, like... Really, Jason is just okay with this? Jason is just gonna vibe? Like, oh, well, this person said I can trust them because they don't have plans on killing me. So might as well go with them forward here and from now on. I don't know, like, Jason? What are you thinking? Jason, give me your thoughts. Where is the thoughts? Jason, where is the thoughts? Give me the thoughts. Like, are you seriously, like, just going with this person? Like, where is the meat? Where is the meat? Jesus Adachi. My favorite meat is, I picked the name Jason because it was the same name of the protagonist over on Far Cry. Wouldn't be here is nothing wrong with kissing your homies goodnight. Exactly. Thank you, Jordan, but I'm a bit busy right now. Jordan? I see. Cute. Well, keep fighting for justice. Jordan was disappointed. Again, you're a vivid writer, Beard. Show it. But was quickly forced to attend to his restaurant's matters. The dusty streets with dirt roads were packed with people, and old beaten-down cars barely managed to pass through the traffic of people. Shop owners were advertising their wares and goods by being loud. People were haggling over prices. There were multiple beggars sleeping on the ground, and garbage was out in the street. Jason looked around and smelled the different aromas of the shopping district. He coughed from the smell of gasoline. Are you well known around here? I'm kind of their savior here. Oh my god. I'm just gonna... No questions asked. Chuckled softly while scratching the back of his head. If you don't see anything anymore and just, like, italic, you know what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm gonna say. Like, yep, it's telling. Thank you. Adachi, your shipping raider may go crazy at the end of the story. He got them Jordans! How so? As long as the Red Dragons are alive and well, they'll keep bribing the local officials and control the area. And I can't let them take advantage of people who can't fight it for themselves. Whew. That's really... Again, if you refer to my dialogue writing stream before, in the previous Stellar Scribbler episode, you would know that these things, these things, well, I have nothing against them, but they could be used in another way. There are different dialogue structures. I'm just gonna put here, research on different dialogue structures to accentuate the hesitance or accentuate the pause. There we go. Again, there are different dialogue structures. You could always research. There's many of them, hundreds of them. Feel free to experiment. This stream gets a part 2, right? Part 2? Yeah, it will. Miki, what do you think of the story overall? What I think of the story overall? Okay. For me, as I'm reading this, both as a reader and from, at least from a language perspective, from a language major, I don't think it's entirely clunky. It's not clunky actually. The problem that I have with it, it lacks a lot of meat. It lacks a lot of like personality from Jason. That's my main point here. Like, you are really good at establishing tension. Good job on you. You have potential in action writing. You have potential in vivid writing. But the problem is there's also the lack of like description of what Jason is feeling, what Jason is thinking. Because this is your main character. Jason is your main character. But it's hard for me as a reader to connect to Jason immediately. Like, Jason is like so quick in moving so quickly. Jason is so quick at, you know, just following along with what the plot gives him. And that is a major problem when it comes to writing, because it shouldn't feel like, you know, the plot is like moving forward, like, because it has to. It has to feel like it's a natural progression. Because if I say it's clunky, it's more like a lot of chunky, like, descriptions here and there. A lot of like, I think there's also a problem with pacing there. Yeah, but the thing is, the problem that I have with it is just that we don't know. As a reader, I don't know. I don't know. Because the description that the writing is giving me, like, it's just going on alone. Oh my god. Because the description of the story is literally focused on what's happening, this action only. Like, we don't have time to settle down with Jason's thoughts. It would be really nice if we can show like what or why is he so anxious? How is he so anxious? Because then I would be able to like convince you would be able to convince the writer, oh, he's like this because, yeah, this reason. This. Because like, if I'm gonna be like, for example, yeah, you weren't able to flesh out the characters enough. And another problem that I have is that, yes, there's like names for every character in here, but it could easily get confused with one another. I might be able, like, when I saw the name Jordan, like, I get it. This might just be the first chapter of a novel, since I did request that only one chapter of a novel. But I really hope that the names that you give to these people will be reflected on in later chapters. We would see Jordan again, because right here, like up here, the vibe up here, like, there's like so many names here. Like there's like names here that's mentioned, like hold on, Ragnar. I don't know if we would be able to meet Ragnar again. So I really do hope we would be able to meet Ragnar again, since you did give him a name. So let's hope we do meet him in the next novel, in the next chapter's novel. Okay. Yeah, more character meat. Save some meat for me. I love saying, the reason why I love saying like character meat, because sometimes all novels really need meat. I need more description. I need their thoughts. I really want to know what's going on in their head, because I don't see it. Like, I can't feel it. Like, Jason, make me anxious with you. I don't feel anxious with you. I feel more pity for you, buddy, because everything seems to be moving so fast. But I don't understand. Like, I don't know what's going on in your brain. Like, okay, I'm just gonna be going on here and now. Like, really? Like, I don't feel like Jason's like personality. Nah, that's what I'm gonna say. I swear to God, I'll keep fighting until I die. I won't let the dragons or slaughter the poor for their organs. I'll protect my people, even if I have to sacrifice myself. A bit metal, but okay. A bit metal. It's a little bit metal. Adrian spoke with a firm voice filled with determination. And he furrowed his brows, face filled with... Okay? His eyes filled with... Oh god. He clenched his hands into a fist. His fingernails dug deep into his hands, and drops of blood ran down his fingers. Metal! Really metal. But this is good. You know what? I'll comment on it. Good. I love this description. But a lot of it is pretty metal. But we'll keep it. We'll rope with it. Yo, fill us up, beer. Everybody gets me by the line. All the novels that I have read, I don't see, what do you call that? Meat. Are you sure? That probably means you need to find other novels to read. You need to find. Man, the chat is real sus. Can't say no to meat. I want to be like this guy. He's so cool. Thought as he looked at his companion with a childish admiration. I like this one. I like this description. A childish admiration. Keep that. They kept walking in silence as Jason waited for Hadrian to relax from his anger. This continued for 30 minutes. I don't need to know. It continued for 30 minutes. We don't need to know, but we'll continue on. It's metal, but it's not the entire periodic table yet. Exactly. It's not yet. We might be getting there. It's not yet. My home. We've reached it. Now he brought him to his home? Oh my gosh. Jason, what do you think about this? You suddenly got... What if he murders you in his home? Now there won't be any witnesses, buddy. Oh my god. Jason, what are you thinking, buddy? What are you thinking? What are we thinking here? What are we thinking? Alright. They had left the city and are now outskirts of town. When did that happen? Like, how did this happen, though? How did this happen so fast? A massive forest envelops the place, but in the middle of it cleared, and a large house spawning 200 meters in the middle of clearing. There's a little campfire in the front of the house where a middle-aged woman and young children are sitting around. The women noticed Hadrian and quickly got from, Mom! Where have you been? I was worried about you. Did you just? Oh my god. Alright. Where is the action tag here? You must be hungry, so please, have something to eat. The mother said in a worried tone. She let Hadrian go and left the embrace. Alright, Jason is nothing but an empty shell of a man to progress the story. Oh no! Jason! Oh my god, this can't be serious. Please don't be an empty shell, Jason! Jason! Listen, I need meat, okay? I need Jason to grow a backbone right now. Well, not in backbone immediately, but Jason, you need to grow a soul, buddy. You need to grow a soul. Alright. Hadrian said as he chuckled softly and he shook his head. You know, it's funny because Hadrian has more personality than Jason itself. But we'll continue on. The mother smiled, but her expression changed as she saw Jason. Who's this person? Ah, this is Jason. There's so much Jason in this chat. There's so much Jason. Alright. Yeah. I will officially allow you to marry Jason's mom. Is Hadrian's mom saying, oh? Oh my god. Man, there's so much Jason here. There's so much Jason. It's honestly funny, but we'll continue on. You got nowhere to save. It's alright if he stays here, right? He'll help around. Jade was covered with holy. He was softly crying. Wow! Okay, a bit metal there, buddy. A bit metal. A bit metal. Not the dude bringing a stranger into their beloved house. Exactly, like... Jason! Jason! Hadrian took a deep breath and continued. She's the reason I am who I am today. And I'm thankful for everything she did. The mother had an embarrassed smile on her face, but was still concerned with Jason. Jason! I'm sorry for laughing, but it really is funny how there's so much Jason in the story, you know. We'll ball with it. He looks towards Jason and noticed that he's crying. He sighed heavily and slowly walk. Wow, this is wow. I'm just gonna comment it. Yo. Wait, they had their foreheads and noses touching each other. Wow. No, don't delete it. Don't delete it. I'm enjoying it. What? I'm like, whoa, whoa, buddy, whoa, yo, bro, whoa, send it to me, bro. Whoa, yo, but I can't even say it's metal at this point. It's like, dang, Hadrian really went. Well, gonna do this now. Gonna do it. Life is suffering, isn't it? Metal. Yes, replied Jason with their voice cracking as he loses composure again. Are you crying because you're restrained, because you're weak? Yes, I couldn't protect the people closest to me. I couldn't protect my family. I am a fudging weakling. It's good that you're crying. It's proof that you haven't given up on yourself. Feel your suffering. Feel your pain. Wow, that's my... Wow! Wow! That, like, straight up, Hadrian really said, it's good that you're crying, man. Feel your suffering. Feel your pain. Swallow it whole, buddy. Dang. Rock it out with your heart, brother. I bet you mine is more cringe. I'm a private 1,000 copies and had it to people in my school. In fact, you're right, isn't? Damn! Hadrian is so freaking blunt. You know what? I'm not even gonna, like, comment on it anymore. Like... Alright! Dang! Dang! Alright. Hick. Dang. Hadrian lets go of Jason's hand. Now let's go have some food because I'm starving. The orphans were wondering where their mother went. It's like, Mom, who's this man? There's so many characters popping in this story. Hick. Never forget the Jason. Yeah, there's so many characters popping in. Hadrian has his hands buried deep in his trench coat and a fur carefree attitude. Jason was exhausted from his experiences and was slowly trailing behind a group. How did we end up with a campfire now? The kids circled around Jason and kept asking him questions. Big brother Jason, what's your favorite color? Big brother, come play with us. Jason looked at their eyes, could see their innocence. It brought him closer to tears, but there were no more tears. Dang. Miki, don't skip over that scene. Tell me what you think. I'm sorry at this point, like, don't worry. I'm not crying at your skill, okay? I'm not crying at your skill, please. Please don't think I'm crying at your skill. I'm crying at the, like... Dang! Are you sure you don't want to try writing comedies at this point? Alright. No, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm not skipping it over. Like Jason is such a crybaby, that's what I'm gonna say. Like, he kept like, it's a bad day for Rain right now. He's like, trickling with tears. I keep crying all day. And now I'm gonna cry again because of children, but I can no longer have tears to cry. And there's just something hilarious about it. There's something hilarious about that. About that fact. Like, that's what I think, at least. Like Jason, buddy. Bro, I'm sorry, but that's how it felt. Like that when Jason was crying about his parents, and then Jason was like crying about getting punched, and then Jason was like with the savior. I'm easy. And then there's like Jason again with the children, and I'm like, Jason, buddy. That's the most offending. I'm sorry, but it's just my head, like reading this, like, wow, this guy cried a lot today. Like, man, okay, I'm back. I'm back. Okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. I'm retiring from it. I'm sorry. Now I'm crying like Jason from the tears. All right, I'm kidding. Okay, please don't think of this as me mocking you. I'm sorry. Don't worry. I'm really having fun reading this. Okay, don't worry. Don't worry. I promise. I'm really having fun writing this, and I'm also like really proud of you because I really think that since you're able to like write this long, 3,000 words, that's a lot. That's a lot, fam. And with your effort, like managing 3,000 words and making sure everything is consistent, everything is like making sure that every word is like unique or vivid. Writing these 3,000 words, like it isn't a complete mission impossible. You're still able to be consistent in some parts, but again, this is a draft. So I do feel like with more revision, more revisitation, you know, simply going through the whole chapter, thinking what you need to add, more ideas that you have to put, and managing the pacing, it will improve. It will improve. Bro, what do you mean you're not mocking me? You told me I should write comedies, lady. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm not mocking. Don't worry. I'm sorry. Continue writing action. Okay. I'm doing well. Thank you so much, Tristan. Oh my god. I'll give Jason a chainsaw and give him a life goal to touch women's chest. Oh my god. Just make sure he doesn't cry again. Here, give Jason... Let's see Miki's reaction then. Gosh. But I had to like... I just had the realization. Oh my, there's not enough firewood to keep the campfire going cooking. Could you be a dear and fetch some wood for me, Hadrian? Yes, mother. Yes, dear. Turns into Denji next time. I just died. They walk past a glistening campfire, going to the shed situated next to the large house. Hadrian pulls out a pair of keys and gives Jason one. As Hadrian puts the keys into the lock, the wooden door opens with a creak. Inside are 2 axes, a knife, herbs, and some dried meat. Adrian grabs one of the axes and the metal glistens in the evening sky. At least you're consistent with what time it is. Pretty good, because I remember reading some of the drafts that I look back on, and there were a lot of mistakes. Like, again, managing 3,000 words and making sure everything is consistent is a difficult task. So good job on being consistent with the time. At least I know what time it is. I know what day it is. So heavy was the first thought that passed through Jason's mind. This is a dialogue tag. I would just accept that as a fact that he probably thought it out loud. They leave the shed and Jason locks the door behind him. As he reached the forest, the trees rustled and some birds flew out. You really look like you're struggling with the axe here. You got something to stop training to strengthen yourself. A man can't be weak after all. Yeah, it's really impressive. Yep, I can't bear being weak any longer. The pair reached a thin tree. Okay, what happened here? Beard? What happened to the description? Because now this is just one sentence and then another sentence and then another sentence. Oh god. Yeah, I reached the very end. Overall, yeah. This can be a solid action. This can be a solid action novel. This can be a solid action solid novel, action chapter. It just needs more revision. That's what I think. And if you ever do polish it and be more consistent and get rid of the redundancies, that will be great. That will be awesome. Yeah, sorry. I wrote one part when I was 14, another part I was 16. Yeah, it definitely has changed over time, and I can't wait to see if you would submit your 16-year-old version of this. It'll be nice to see how much you change. I will at least point that out for you. So overall, what I'm gonna say, pacing. There's parts where the pacing is a little bit too fast, like literally way too fast. I don't know what Jason is like thinking most of the time, because I feel like he's just going along with the plot just because the plot wants to push forward. And then there's a lot of characters here in the novel. Like, I can't blame you. I can't blame you for adding a lot of characters. It is your characters. But again, if they do not feel like they can contribute anything to the scene, either cut them out or keep them, but for the sake of just a descriptive narrative instead. Because there's really no time to like establish each and every single one of these characters if like there's so many. I would really suggest, like, if you really want to highlight the developing relationship of Hadrian and Jason together, focus on that. It will be much better. You could be a great teacher on a different planet in the future. Just saying. Me? Bishop? Oh, well. I mean, I really wanted to teach creative writing for a long time. But it's just that I can't, because apparently to teach creative writing, you need a master's degree. And then a PhD, which is like, wow. Wow. I'm in college, okay? Creative writing, like, there's no creative writing in elementary. And there's no creative writing even in high school. There's only like creative writing, like formal creative writing classes, like on college. Through the suffering of furnace of cringe, my writing shall rise once again. I have a feeling, it will definitely improve. If you want it to improve, if you continue to write, if you continue to look back on it, it will be nice. It will be great. I can definitely see there will be improvement upon time. Yeah. It seems like you started this on 14 years old. I don't know what age you are now, but I feel like your writing might be different from 14 years old to now. So good job. Good job. Everybody, let's give Beard a round of applause, and as well as Chaos for writing and submitting their works today. Thank you so much, Chaos and Beard. Thank you. Pachi. Really good. Other years of studying. That's alright. Miki, are you a living Grammarly secretly? I'm not Grammarly. Like, the Grammarly is definitely more in grammar, and I'm more of like the content. The content. I'm more of a copywriter. Because I go into the bare bones of the content rather than the technical aspects of like syntax. So, hey, I gave you guys entertainment. You better be thankful. It was definitely fun seeing how Jason is really loving this novel. Good job, everyone. Good job. Thank you. And I hope you guys will, hopefully me like pointing out like Jason is like crying all the time does not discourage you from sending your chapter novels as well. Yeah, I could tell the influence by Berserk, but now that you mention it, yeah, I could see it. If you guys want me to read your fictional works, feel free to submit. It's here in the pinned comment. Of the chat. Feel free to submit. I'm not gonna close the form, so you can submit at any time. No questions asked. And I'll do it. Whoever like submits again, I'll do a writing stream for it. I'll do a reading stream for it, and we can look over it together. Miki sounds like Seal from Honkai Star Rail. Really? You want more brutal questions? No. I mean, yeah, it's up to you if you want. The idea was like Jason is a crybaby that becomes Giga Chad Sigma male. You definitely showed that he is a crybaby, so props to that. But I kind of wish we know what was going on behind his thought process. And if you could do that, perfect. Absolutely. Ooh, let me find my old novel. Please do. I may have sent a very, very short one from way back. All right. So we'll read out Bishop's novel next stream. Hold on, let me double check. Okay, there is here. Hold on. Let me see. This is really short, but okay. disappear among the sea of butterflies. We created so many inside jokes just by looking at this novel. It really is. Like the meat. The beat. Give me the beat. Jason is a crybaby. Jason is really loved by this novel. Hadrian. Oh god. Hadrian. Hadrison. Hadrison chat? What about that? Hadrison. Hadrison. Hashtag Hadrison. Hadrison. Fast burn. Fast burn. Hadrison. Fast burn, everybody. No, we... God. You go, guys. We'll leave the submission tab open so you can submit your fictional works at any time, and we'll be reading them. And if a lot of people have submitted, or if a generous amount of people submitted, we will be reading them. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today's stream. I really enjoyed it. Once again, I'm giving you a round of applause for completing, for being brave, for letting me show the story, show your novel to other satellites. And hopefully you guys are inspired to send your own works as well, and we can look at them together. Thank you so much, everybody. If I get the time, I'll send a new one. It's just time constraints. You can always submit at any time. There's no worry. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. See you soon.